What if some of the herbs valued in biblical times contained natural compounds that help support digestion, reduce inflammation, and restore balance throughout the body? The truth is, your gut influences far more than digestion. It affects your energy, immune system, metabolism, and even your mood. When your gut struggles, your whole body often feels the consequences. In this video, we'll explore 7 remarkable biblical herbs that may help support a healthier gut and a healthier body from the inside out. Some of them may already be in your kitchen, and stay until the end, because one of the final herbs has long been associated with wisdom, while the very last plant may be the closest thing ancient healers had to a whole-body wellness herb. If you enjoy discovering forgotten natural remedies and ancient health wisdom, consider subscribing. Now, let's begin with an herb that became a symbol of cleansing and renewal. Number 1. Hyssop, the cleansing herb few people use anymore. Most people have never heard of hyssop outside of a biblical passage, and even among those who recognize the name, very few realize that this humble herb has a long history connected to cleansing and restoration. Hyssop isn't flashy. It doesn't dominate health headlines. You won't see endless advertisements promoting it as the next miracle superfood. Yet for centuries, it was valued as a symbol of purification and renewal. In biblical writings, hyssop appears repeatedly in moments associated with cleansing, making it one of the most meaningful herbs in ancient tradition. What's fascinating is that modern science has uncovered properties that help explain why ancient people may have held this plant in such high regard. Hyssop contains aromatic compounds, flavonoids, and antioxidants that have been studied for their antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory potential. While researchers are still exploring its full range of effects, these compounds appear capable of supporting a healthier internal environment. And that matters because your gut is constantly interacting with the outside world. Every meal, every drink, every stressful day influences the delicate balance of microorganisms living inside your digestive system. When that balance becomes disrupted, symptoms can begin to appear: bloating, occasional digestive discomfort, low energy, a general feeling that something isn't quite right. Think of your gut like a garden. When unwanted weeds begin to spread, healthy plants struggle to thrive. Ancient herbal traditions often viewed cleansing herbs as tools that helped create conditions where balance could return. Hyssop was one of those plants. Many people today enjoy hyssop as an herbal tea. Its slightly minty, earthy flavor makes it easy to incorporate into a wellness routine. Some gardeners also appreciate how simple it is to grow, allowing fresh leaves to be harvested throughout the season. But perhaps the greatest lesson hyssop offers isn't just about digestion. It's about the idea that healing sometimes begins with creating space. Before the body can fully rebuild, it often needs an opportunity to restore balance. That's a message modern life rarely teaches us. We constantly focus on adding more supplements, more products, more solutions. Yet sometimes the first step is removing what no longer serves us. And as you'll see with the next herb, some ancient plants don't just help cleanse. They may also help your body let go of something that silently affects millions of people every day. Sometimes healing begins not by adding more, but by clearing what doesn't belong. Number 2, coriander, the herb that helps your gut let go. Most people know it as cilantro, the fresh green herb found in salads, soups, and countless traditional dishes. Some people love its flavor, while others avoid it. But few realize that coriander has been valued for thousands of years for far more than taste. Throughout the ancient Middle East and surrounding regions, coriander was cultivated as both a food and a healing plant. Long before modern nutrition existed, people understood a simple truth: what you eat influences how you feel. Modern science helps explain why this herb earned such lasting respect. Coriander contains antioxidants, polyphenols, and naturally occurring plant compounds that have been studied for their potential role in supporting digestion and helping the body manage oxidative stress. While it isn't a miracle cure, it may provide gentle support for some of the systems that help keep digestion functioning smoothly, and that matters more than many people realize. How often do people finish a meal feeling bloated, sluggish, or uncomfortable and simply assume it's normal? Digestive discomfort has become so common that many accept it as part of daily life. But digestion shouldn't constantly feel like a struggle. One reason coriander remained popular across generations is its reputation for helping meals feel lighter and easier to process. Traditional cultures often paired it with heavier foods, not only for flavor, but because they believed it supported digestive balance. Today, research into the gut microbiome gives us a deeper appreciation for that idea. Scientists know that the trillions of microbes living inside the digestive tract influence everything from nutrient absorption to immune function. The foods and herbs we consume help shape that internal environment every day. The best part is how easy coriander is to use. Fresh cilantro can be added to salads, soups, eggs, rice dishes, and smoothies. Coriander seeds can be brewed into tea or used as a warming spice in countless recipes. No complicated routine is required, just consistent use as part of a healthy diet. And that's one of the greatest lessons ancient wellness traditions offer us. Small actions repeated daily often create greater results than dramatic changes that never last. The people who first used coriander didn't have laboratories. They simply paid attention to what helped them feel better. And the next herb on our list became famous for doing exactly that. For centuries, people turned to it whenever the digestive system felt restless, uncomfortable, or out of balance. Chances are it's already sitting somewhere in your kitchen. The herbs that help us most are often the ones we overlook. Number 3. Mint, the ancient remedy for a restless gut. There is a reason mint has survived for thousands of years. Across generations and cultures, people kept returning to this simple herb, not because it was rare or expensive, but because it consistently offered relief. Today, most people think of mint as a flavor, something added to gum, tea, toothpaste, or desserts. But ancient cultures viewed it very differently. In the biblical world, mint was considered valuable enough to be carefully cultivated and traded. It wasn't just a garnish, it was a plant worth preserving. Modern science helps explain why. Mint contains menthol, a natural compound that interacts with the digestive system in fascinating ways. Researchers have found that menthol may help relax certain muscles within the digestive tract, supporting digestive comfort. This is one reason peppermint oil has been studied for occasional bloating, cramping, and digestive discomfort. But mint's story goes beyond digestion alone. Scientists often refer to the gut as the body's second brain because of the constant communication between the digestive system and the nervous system. Stress can affect digestion, and digestive problems can influence mood, focus, and energy levels. It's a two-way conversation happening inside you every day. This is where mint becomes especially interesting. While it won't remove stress from your life, it may help support a calmer digestive environment. And sometimes, that's exactly what the body needs. Imagine your digestive system as a busy highway. When traffic builds up, everything slows down. Movement becomes difficult and frustration increases. Mint acts almost like a traffic controller, helping things flow a little more smoothly. That may be one reason mint tea remains one of the most popular herbal beverages in the world. After a heavy meal, many people enjoy a warm cup of mint tea to help them feel refreshed and comfortable. Fresh mint can also be added to water, salads, fruit bowls, smoothies, and countless everyday recipes. It's affordable, easy to find, and surprisingly simple to grow at home. What makes mint truly remarkable is its simplicity. We often assume wellness must come from something new, expensive, or difficult to obtain. Yet one of history's most trusted digestive herbs may be sitting in a small pot on a kitchen windowsill. That's the beauty of ancient wisdom. Extraordinary value is often hidden inside ordinary things. And speaking of overlooked plants, the next herb may be one of the most underrated digestive allies on this entire list. Most people know it only as a seasoning, but for generations it was valued for helping people feel lighter and more comfortable after meals. The next one changes everything, because sometimes the herbs we barely notice are the ones our bodies appreciate the most. A calm gut often creates a calmer life. Number 4. Dill, the forgotten herb that feeds good digestion. If there were an award for the most overlooked herb in the kitchen, dill might win it. Most people recognize its delicate green leaves from soups, sauces, and vegetable dishes. But few realize that this humble herb has been supporting digestion for thousands of years. In the ancient Mediterranean and Middle East, dill was valued for far more than its flavor. Traditional healers often used it to support digestive comfort and overall wellness. Long before anyone understood gut bacteria or inflammation, people noticed something simple. Meals often felt easier when dill was part of them, and sometimes observation becomes wisdom. Modern science has identified several compounds in dill that may help explain its long-standing reputation. The herb contains antioxidants, flavonoids, and aromatic oils that have been studied for their potential role in supporting digestion and protecting cells from oxidative stress. While research is still ongoing, dill reminds us that even simple plants can contain powerful natural compounds. Think about how many people finish a meal feeling heavy, bloated, or sluggish. Instead of feeling energized, they feel weighed down. Ancient cultures often turn to herbs like dill to help meals feel lighter and more comfortable. They may not have known the science, but they understood the results. Today, we know digestion is an incredibly complex process involving enzymes, stomach acid, hormones, nerves, and trillions of gut microbes. When these systems work together, the body functions more efficiently. When they don't, discomfort often follows. That's why small additions to your daily routine can make a meaningful difference over time. Fresh dill can be added to vegetables, soups, fish, eggs, salads, and grain dishes. Some people also enjoy dill tea, a traditional preparation that has been used for generations as a soothing, digestive drink. But what makes dill special isn't just what it does, it's what it represents. Dill reminds us that healing isn't always hidden inside rare ingredients or expensive products. Sometimes it's sitting right in front of us, waiting to be appreciated. The wisdom of the past often survives in the simplest traditions. And that brings us to the next herb, a tiny seed that has been treasured for centuries for its remarkable ability to support digestive harmony and comfort. If you've ever struggled with bloating or feeling out of balance after meals, you'll want to pay close attention to what's next, because sometimes the smallest plants leave the biggest impact. Number 5. Fennel, the seed that rebuilds digestive harmony. Have you ever noticed how some of the most powerful things in nature come in the smallest packages? Fennel is a perfect example. Its seeds are tiny and easy to overlook, yet for thousands of years, fennel has been one of the most respected digestive plants in the Mediterranean world. Ancient travelers carried it, healers recommended it, and families passed down its use from one generation to the next. And modern science continues to uncover reasons why. Fennel contains a natural compound called anethole, along with antioxidants and beneficial plant nutrients that have attracted scientific interest. Researchers have studied fennel for its potential ability to support digestive comfort, reduce occasional bloating, and help maintain healthy digestive function. What's remarkable is how closely this aligns with its traditional use. Long before laboratories existed, people noticed that fennel seemed to help after meals. In many cultures, chewing fennel seeds became a daily ritual, not only to freshen breath, but also to support digestion. Entire generations embraced this practice because they experienced the benefits for themselves. Today, one of the most important discoveries in health science is that the digestive system functions as a complex ecosystem. Trillions of microorganisms live within the gut, influencing digestion, immunity, metabolism, inflammation, and even communication with the brain. When that ecosystem is balanced, the body tends to perform more efficiently. When it becomes disrupted, problems can begin to appear far beyond the digestive tract. That's why plants like fennel are so intriguing. Rather than targeting a single symptom, they may help support the overall environment in which digestive health can thrive. Imagine your gut as an orchestra. When every instrument is working together, the music sounds effortless. But when sections fall out of sync, the entire performance suffers. Supporting digestive wellness isn't about forcing one instrument to play louder. It's about helping the whole orchestra work in harmony. Fennel has played that role for centuries. The best part is how simple it is to use. Fennel seeds can be chewed after meals, brewed into tea, or added to soups, breads, and roasted vegetables. The bulb itself is also nutritious and delicious. Small habit, ancient plant, lasting impact. And if you've stayed with us this far, the next two herbs take this conversation beyond digestion alone, because gut health doesn't just influence how you process food. It also affects inflammation, mental clarity, and overall well-being. The next herb was so respected throughout history that it became associated with wisdom itself. What happens when a plant supports both the gut and the mind? Let's find out. Sometimes restoring harmony begins with the smallest seeds. Number 6, sage, the wisdom herb that calms the gut and the brain. There is a reason the word sage has become synonymous with wisdom. For centuries, this remarkable herb was associated with healing, balance, and longevity. Ancient cultures valued it so highly that it earned a place in both the kitchen and traditional medicine. It wasn't seen as an ordinary plant. It was considered a companion to a healthy life. Modern science is beginning to understand why. Sage contains powerful plant compounds, including rosmarinic acid, flavonoids, and antioxidants. These natural substances have been studied for their potential role in supporting healthy inflammatory responses and protecting cells from oxidative stress. But what makes sage especially fascinating is its connection to two systems that modern research increasingly views as deeply linked, the gut and the brain. For many years, digestion and mental well-being were treated as separate issues. Today, scientists recognize that the digestive system and the brain communicate constantly through what is known as the gut-brain axis. Signals travel back and forth every moment of the day. Stress can affect digestion. Digestive discomfort can influence mood, focus, and energy. What impacts one system often impacts the other. Ancient healers didn't have the term gut-brain axis, but many of them understood the body as an interconnected whole. Sage reflects that philosophy perfectly. Rather than focusing on a single symptom, sage represents a broader approach to wellness, one that recognizes the relationship between digestion, inflammation, mental clarity, and overall vitality. Imagine trying to look through a foggy window. The world is still there, but it's harder to see clearly. Inflammation and oxidative stress can create a similar effect inside the body, making it more difficult for systems to function at their best. Supporting balance helps restore clarity. That's one reason sage remains popular today. Many people enjoy it as an herbal tea, while others use fresh or dried sage in soups, vegetables, grains, and savory dishes. It's simple, accessible, and easy to incorporate into everyday life. Perhaps the greatest lesson sage teaches is that true health isn't about treating individual parts of yourself separately. It's about creating harmony between them, because when the gut feels better, the mind often follows. And when the mind becomes calmer, the body gains a greater opportunity to heal. Now, if sage represents wisdom, the final herb on our list represents vitality. It's one of the most respected herbs in the Mediterranean world and may help support wellness far beyond digestion alone. Number 7. Rosemary, the ancient herb that awakens the entire body. Its fragrance is unmistakable. Fresh, earthy, and invigorating, rosemary has been cherished for thousands of years across the Mediterranean world. Ancient civilizations associated it with memory, vitality, and endurance. It flavored meals, scented homes, and became a symbol of strength that survived generation after generation. Yet, what makes rosemary truly remarkable isn't its history. It's how much modern science continues to discover about it. Rosemary contains powerful plant compounds, including rosmarinic acid, carnosic acid, and a wide range of antioxidants. These compounds have attracted attention because of their potential ability to help protect cells from oxidative stress and support healthy inflammatory balance throughout the body. And when it comes to gut health, that matters more than many people realize. The digestive system isn't simply where food is processed. It's one of the body's most important lines of communication. Nutrients enter through it. Immune responses are influenced by it. Inflammatory signals are shaped by it. Even the health of distant organs can be affected by what's happening inside the gut. Ancient healers may not have understood the science, but they understood the connection. They noticed that when digestion improved, people often experienced benefits that reached far beyond the stomach. More energy, greater resilience, a stronger sense of well-being. Today, researchers are uncovering evidence that supports this interconnected view of health. The gut, immune system, metabolism, brain, and inflammatory pathways are all deeply linked. Supporting one often influences the others, and rosemary sits right at the center of that conversation. Imagine a tree with deep roots. Most people admire the branches because that's what they can see, but the health of the entire tree depends on what happens underground. Your gut works the same way. When the roots are nourished, the entire system becomes stronger. That's why focusing only on symptoms can be misleading. Lasting wellness often begins much deeper than the place where discomfort first appears. Rosemary reminds us of that truth. The beautiful part is how easy it is to bring into everyday life. Fresh rosemary can transform roasted vegetables, soups, potatoes, breads, and countless savory dishes. Rosemary tea remains a traditional favorite in many cultures. Some people even grow it at home, where its fragrance fills the air every time a leaf is touched. Simple, accessible, ancient, powerful. And when you step back and look at all 7 herbs we've explored today, a fascinating pattern begins to emerge. Hyssop taught us about cleansing. Coriander showed us the power of letting go. Mint reminded us that comfort matters. Dill revealed the value hidden in ordinary things. Fennel demonstrated how small habits can create profound change. Sage connected the gut and the mind. And rosemary brought us back to the bigger picture, that true wellness is never confined to a single organ. Ancient people didn't separate digestion from immunity. They didn't separate the gut from energy. They didn't separate the body from the mind. Perhaps that's why their approach to healing often feels surprisingly modern. These herbs were never just about the stomach. They were about supporting the entire person, and maybe that's the lesson we've been forgetting. The most powerful healing often begins at the root. For centuries, these plants quietly served humanity. Today, science is helping us understand why. These herbs were never truly lost. They were simply waiting to be rediscovered. So before you leave, tell me in the comments, which of these biblical herbs surprised you the most? And have you ever used any of them yourself? If you enjoyed this journey into ancient wisdom and natural healing, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future discoveries. And remember, sometimes the most powerful medicine isn't something new. It's something ancient, growing quietly, waiting to be remembered.